On May 9th, 2012, we left for our 18-day journey through South China to Tibet and Shangri-La. Our first 2 nights were spent at the Capital Renaissance Hotel in Beijing. We were on our way to tour the Hutong area. Our trisha took us through the old residential areas of the city that have been around for 700 years and have been restored. Hutong means alleyways. They reveal the charm of old Beijing and are where many Beijing residents still live. The property is completely walled with the main entrance into the courtyard. Back on the bus, we passed these scenes on our way to the city's newest development, the Olympic site. The National Stadium, called the Bird Nest, was built for the 2008 Olympics. The structure of apparently random intertwined ribbons of steel and concrete simultaneously form both facade and structure. The gaps in the concrete lattice of the roof are filled with translucent inflated bags, making the building waterproof while allowing light to filter down. The 42,000 tons of steel bending around its center makes the 80,000-seat stadium look like a Martian ship. The water cube has a translucent skin of hexagonal high-tech pillows that define this 17,000-seat stadium. It creates the impression of a building fashioned entirely out of bubbles. We saw these buildings on our way to the fascinating Beijing Urban Museum.
So now the southern countryside is agriculture area, okay? And the north countryside very poor for the agriculture. And the western countryside, which is the education area, and the eastern countryside used to be, it was the industrial area. But now all the heavy industry has been moved out of the Beijing since 2008. Now in the Beijing, the main industry is like a service industry, and also like electronic and automobile. Has a mountain, like a natural spring, protected. And also the north in the Chinese culture regard as the yin, south regard as the yang. That is why the south is flat. So in the Forbidden City, all the buildings for the emperor, whatever the office building or living quarters, as long as for the emperor, have to face into the south and back to the north, not facing to the north. Even nowadays, when the people buy the condos, we like to buy the condos, the balcony facing to the south, back to the north. That is the reason.
We learned of the city's past, present, and future. The entire area within the city's limits is built as 3 rectangles, one within the other.
This is the third window, okay? And your hotel just in this area. Your hotel, yes, in this area. And so this is the Temple of Heaven.
We were on our way to a pearl store.
It's for 1, 2, 3. It means 3 years old. It is 3 years old, the 5 short pearl. Before we open these, would you like to guess how many pearls inside?
Going to be pearls. Oh,
Well,
pearls inside?
Yes.
Oh, there's more than one?
Yeah, it's like artificial insemination, but it's
So how many do you think? Just a guess.
10.
2, 10.
5.
Yeah.
Guess 10. That means you have a 10 girlfriend? They're joking. Okay, so let's see.
Oh, the winner! The winner!
Yeah, you're the winner. Look.
Oh, these ones.
Can you see he have different shapes and different color, right?
Yeah.
You know, because this is a fresh one. You're clever, yes.
Yeah.
Because you choose good one,
Yeah.
right? So, a lot of pearls. I think it's almost 20 pearls.
Wow.
And pink and lavender, you know, because the pink and the purple
Okay.
only found China.
Actually get a picture.
In China, pink or pearl means happiness color, and purple means romantic for love. You two gentlemen should be remember these, okay?
Say that again.
Real plastic. Because this is looks too perfect, you think, right? Too perfect, too round. But this one have a different size and different shape, right? But actually, yeah, this is a kind of a lower quality pearl. So when we put them together, easy to tell, real plastic. But the better quality pearl, just by looking, it's hard to tell. Because the better quality is still round, beautiful luster. But how can we know that very easily? Like this. We use any two pearl, rub them together. If you feel so rougher, breathing, it means a real pearl. Look, breathing, rougher, yes.
Our famous Peking duck dinner that had crispy skin and juicy meat is served with pancakes, scallions, and a soy-based sauce. The next morning, we flew to Xining. Our guide took us to the Provincial Museum to learn about Tibetan culture, then see the former residence of General Ma Bufang, dating back to the time of the warlords. At lunch, we were entertained with a floor show.
That's good. I think that's excellent.
We went to an archaeological museum in Xining and saw a model of the village that was the original town. There were items made of clay, jade, and bronze. Our next stop was the massive Tar Monastery, one of the 6 great monasteries of the Yellow Hat sect of Tibetan Buddhism. It was a very unique adventure to spend overnight on the 24-hour express train journey to Lhasa. The train travels at speeds of up to 160 kilometers per hour. The coaches are pressurized, with oxygen added just like in planes. It goes across the Himalayas, over 16,000 feet above sea level, and is the highest railway in the world. There are 675 bridges and 7 tunnels. You view huge salt lakes as you inch slowly up onto the high plateau. You pass glaciers and enjoy spectacular scenery and wide open plains as you cross the plateau, known as the roof of the world. The town of Lhasa is at the end of our train ride. We were on our way to the Johang Monastery with its gleaming gold roofs. Chanting rituals and monastic life can be experienced here. Outside the Johang Monastery, locals pray.
Heart and from whole body. Okay. So why heart to mind, mouth and heart? That means the practice right mind, right feet, right heart. Okay. And you can just picture it here. And we saw the prayer flag there. Somebody want to know what is those? The prayer flag it has the 5 different colors. You can see blue, white, red.
This is Tibet's most sacred temple. Built in the 7th century, much of the statuary is quite new. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. About 100 monks live here on the upper level. The ground floor is lighted by a galaxy of butter lamps. It was restored in 1980. Our next experience was unforgettable. Every afternoon for 2 hours, monks come here to debate a given topic. We were on our way to the magnificent Potala Palace, once the seat of the Tibetan government and winter palace of the Dalai Lama, and the centerpiece of the mountain city. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The 13-story castle rises over 117 meters high and was built of earth, wood, and stone. There are over 1,000 rooms and houses, 10,000 shrines, and 200,000 statues. It has been home for 9 Dalai Lamas. Lunch was served in a lovely setting. After lunch, we visited Norbulinka, the summer palace of the 14th Dalai Lama. The small, scale-down-to-earth palace was built 1954 to 1956. The name means jeweled garden. It is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You enter through the East Gate. It is massive with 2 snow lion statues, which is a symbol of Tibet.